Hey everybody, welcome back to Turbo Build episode 2. So I just wanted to, there's my drink, a little bit thirsty. I'm just getting everything set up for when I receive the car. The current date that I'm recording this is the 26th of the 7th. I should be receiving the car this Thursday. So I'm just trying to get everything ready. As you can see, this is where I'll be working on the car. Got the dog over there. Tabby! Hey, girl! Hey, girl! Good girl. Alright, so this is where I'll be working on the car. Thank you very much to Max Speeding Rods. They've literally supplied 90% of my whole build. I will break it down and go through most of the parts that I have received that I can show you. Let's try to keep that a little bit of a secret. Oh, you probably already know what it is. But we're going to go through most of the parts today, and that I have on hand, because the turbo and all the gauges are already in the car. Just makes it a little bit easier on my end. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Gotta get some stuff out and make it way easier. I'll be back once I get it all out. Alright guys, I am back. Don't want to be showing any addresses. Alright, so this is all the parts that I have that aren't on the car as of yet. Let's just start with all the adapters, actually, why not? So all these adapters, just a bunch that come with the turbo that I brought off Max Speeding Rods Australia. Not too bad for the price they are. There's a little bung, all the fittings. I will be going through more of this when I actually install it on the car, sorry. Just your oil feed or return your oil return lines, adapters. You got the oil feed line right here that come with the turbo that I will be using. I brought this on my own accord. It's to go with some other adapters that I will show you that I will need. Like I said, thank you very much to Max Speeding Rods. I really highly recommend you guys go and check them out. Great stuff, great products for the price. Then we also got, give me 1 second. We also got this return oil line that come with the turbo. So we'll place it all over here. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, there you go. There's another fitting that I was going to use, but actually can't use with an adapter that I needed. So let's place all of the Max Speeding Rods lines and adapters right there. So they're the oil feed lines. I did buy this adapter here off eBay for a couple bucks. It was like $10 or something. To go into the oil pressure sensor. But then I started to get a little bit worried because it didn't provide me any tracking details. So I went and ordered another one that come with an AN4 fitting that tees onto the oil pressure sensor, which is this line here will be running from to the turbo. Hopefully I don't need to go to buy another line. Hopefully it's long enough. And then we got some adapters right here, gaskets for the turbo, for the oil drain and feed. That goes on there. Like I said, thank you very much to Max Speeding Rods again. Awesome products. Alright, where should we move on to? We'll do all the small stuff first. I just went and picked this up here from Autobarn in Australia. Keep all your screws magnetic. Fucking screws always fall out when you're doing this type of shit. Some heat wrap that there's to go inside the car just to clean up some wires. We got some eBay heater wrap. This here cost me, what was it, like 15 bucks for 15 meters or something like that. Great price for it. I don't know about the quality on it. We will have to see once it's actually put on the car, but we won't know till then. And we'll set those aside. We'll get to those guys in a second. Let's move on to, this here's the gasket. You'll see what for. Max Speeding Rods, I think. Maybe, did Max Speeding Rods supply this? I really don't know. If you guys did, I bought it off eBay, but it's I think it's a Max Speeding Rods product. Maybe. I don't know. It is a wastegate, obviously, and it's rated to 8 to 11 PSI, the spring inside of it. So, let's see if I could... Oh, yep, I'll break my thumb if I do that with one hand, so let's not. So let's put this back in here and we'll just go through what we have. So we have the firing ring. That obviously goes where the spring is located, and obviously you have your two adapters. And then you got your gaskets, which are right here. I will break down the costs at the end of the video and tell you how much everything cost me. These are all the screws for it, the O-rings. You got some more banjo adapters for the boost controller. Where is the boost? Oh, the boost control accident left in the car. And that there's at the exhaust shop right now. Alright, so that there is that. We're done with that, and I'll come back once we're moving on to the next thing. Alright guys, I'm back. And now we're going to move on to these. Let me find it. It's a little bit loud, sorry about that. So we do have some better gaskets, and this here is for the wastegate. As you can see, little adapters. This here will click onto the manifold. With how it is set up right now in my car, this will not work. It will just shoot flames in my engine bay. So I do need to come up with something else. But as of now, that's all that I have. So I will have to make that there due. Like I said, I'll go through the prices at the end of the video. But let's continue on. I'll come back once I've sorted it out and go on to the next product. Alright guys, next thing. She wants to say hello. Say hello. Oh. Yeah, wearing the Crocs for the boys. Alright, anyway, let's move on. So I did buy some oil feed restrictor adapters, but I actually don't need it because they're already inbuilt into the turbo. I'll show you guys later on. They actually sent me two for the price of one, which was like $10 or something. But now let's move on to these. So these are custom water feed and drain lines. And now hyperfluid connections that the guys who actually supplied me with this, they're great. They're located, what is one store near me in Browns Plains. I forget their address, but they were great. I think it cost me $170 for all of that with all the fittings, and there's fittings on the turbo, and they're great. They're the guys who, not this one here, not this little adapter, but another adapter I have laying somewhere along here, right here, tees into the heater core line, and that's where I get my oil supply from. And then where is it? This line here is the return. Yeah, this line here is the return, this line is the feed. I don't know why I got confused for a second. They did a great job, $170 for all custom lines measured to my specific engine. And they did all that, and they're just great. I highly recommend going to check them out. I will leave their information in the description, and they're just great fellas. Really, really good customer service. I will be putting one of their stickers, I think, on the top of my intercooler. Not 100% sure on the position yet, but I just want to support them. They're great fellas, and I'll be going back there in the future to upgrade my lines that come with the max speeding rods, because they seem alright for the price, but they're a bit subpar. You got to be careful with them. They might leak oil, but to get it started, they'll be alright. And then we just got some basic maintenance stuff. I got oil in the back of the car, ready to be changed out, the oil filter. Already did all of the power steering pretty recently, so I won't need to do any of that. And now we're going to move on to, thank you very much for Max Speeding Rods again, for the intercooler piping. Comes with all the clips. They don't seem to be too bad. They seem to be the decent clips. And we've got 2 packs of those, so I don't think we'll be running short anytime soon. We do have all the silicon and then the steel, obviously, all the intercooler piping. Set this here aside, and I'll show you the fun part, the intercooler. So I picked, here you go, oops, it's not too bad quality. Picked it up off eBay for $150. I can't remember what the dimensions are of it, but it's actually pretty solid. It's a pretty solid unit. 2.5 inch in and out, obviously, and all the piping's obviously 2.5. Oh, she wants to see. Come on. She wants to see what's going on. Make sure she's a little bit interested, are you? Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Oh. All right. But yeah, so let's break down the cost. So this here cost me $57, we'll say. This here cost me $170. All the adapters, let's just say, cost me, for all the small little adapters, all the small little shit that I've brought, $100. This heat wrap cost me $15. This downpipe adapters, not downpipe, wastegate adapter pipes cost me $50-ish bucks. This wastegate cost me $80-something. All this piping over here cost me $140 $40, I want to say, for all the piping. This, I couldn't even tell you how much it cost me. I think it was like $10 or something like that. But yeah, this is all I've got for now. I will quickly run through the price of the gauges as well that I got in my car. I do have one, I'll pop up a photo now, of just a Boost eBay gauge. Cost me like $20 or something. Then I also got Aeroflow AFR, and that cost me $270, $80 or something like that, got on special. And I've installed those both in my car. All the wiring stuff, like to wire up all the gauges, clamps, wires, kits, everything like that, probably cost me $180. The AFR, like I said, cost me $270. The boost gauge cost me $20. All the servicing that I needed to do to my vehicle to get it turbo ready probably cost me $300 and something. The oil, to get all the oil, probably cost me, how much? $80, $90. The turbo itself with the feed lines from Max Speeding Rods, I got it on a special $200. To get my adapter plate made, so because the manifold, the manifold also cost me, I got it from Max Speeding Rods as well, thank you very much to them, great products. That there also cost me $160, $168, and I need an adapter plate because it's bottom mount. And in Australia, we're right-hand drive and the steering column actually gets in the road. So I need an adapter plate to push it off the valve cover, which is going to cost me $250, I got quoted. And then I also need to make an adapter plate, a downpipe, and they gave me a rough quote of $800 to $900. So that's already going to cost me $1,200. So the cost of this build is around, I can't think off the top of my head, $2,200, which ain't too bad. For the tuning, I have been looking at the MS43 wiki a lot, and I've been doing my own research, and I do have my own adapter to chuck into my ECU, and I also do have two MS43 ECUs, one that's already tuned with an ICV, EWS, and checksum delete, and also remapped for crackle map, everything like that. So I will be copying that map and tuning it onto my second ECU, so at least I have a safe ECU to go back to and a safe map and just a reliable ECU that will probably run a little bit lean on the turbo till I can get a proper standalone ECU or find somebody that wants to remote tune my car. But yeah, this is all I've got for now, guys, until I should be receiving my car back in a couple of days from now. So I'll give a couple update videos along the way, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you have any questions, fire away. I'll be able to hope to help you the best I can. And stay safe, guys. Yeah, bye.